here with Sophomore Wyatt Lehr to preview the 2019 cross-country season. And as we speak, quickly approaching, I know as we talked about right before this, the team has been back in training and did some team bonding right before school started. Why don't we start with that? And what did that all entail, and what did you guys get out of that experience, just spending some time together before school started?
Well, we went up a couple days early to a camp, and we all first met up here. Then we left from here that afternoon and proceeded to run together and just go into cabins up by Omaha, in the Omaha area-ish area. And it was amazing. We got to go out to a lake and have a pool day where we got to go have fun, make campfires. We did s'mores almost every night. We also did a few praises, like a few biblical devotions. We did a lot of team bonding stuff, which is really good because last year we didn't do so much of that when we came in, and it was harder for the freshmen to learn the names because there's just a lot of people they encounter. And this year it was amazing to do that because I think they got more of a grasp of who we are and what we stand for.
I understand there's a theme that's titled Close the Gap for cross country this year, right? I don't know if that came out of that particular bonding session, but what does that mean to you, that theme, Close the Gap?
Well, Close the Gap was brought up at our camp, and we were in our small groups and everything, and the guys and girls got together and we decided, hey, let's have a theme this year. And at first we want to do Run for the One because that's been around for a while, but we found another one that's really amazing, and I think it's really cool because Run for the One is good and all, like we run for God and everything, but Close the Gap is kind of like a triangle in spiritual aspect because God is at the top, and then you have you and then your teammates over here, and every time you close the gap, we get closer, we rise higher to God, like a pyramid. So if you get closer to teammates, you get closer to God eventually. And it's also a running sense, in the sense that, close the gap when you're racing and you're in a long distance race, you have a little bit of time to catch up, but close that gap between the next guy, you and the next guy, get more points for the team, be a team player, and stick with each other as a group, as a team, essentially.
Sure. You're from Lamar, Colorado, correct?
Yep.
How did you find out about Concordia from there, and what was it that convinced you to come here?
I found out through a website online. I registered there so I could look up at different colleges, and then I saw this awesome college. It was nice and new and stuff, and they just resurfaced the track last year, so I was really excited about that. Get a run on it. Might as well have a nice track. And then they said I got an indoor track as well, and that was amazing. And I saw some pictures of it, and it was big on the inside, so I was like, why not give it a shot? And then I reached out to Coach Beisel, and he took a liking to me, and I took a liking to him instantly. So then I planned to visit during my senior year, right after cross country. And I stayed here with the guys for a night, and as soon as I got here, I felt connected to everyone. It felt like a spiritual opening into my heart, kind of. So it was just the experience. It drew me in. I just felt like something was like, hey, you go here. I just felt a presence that I couldn't explain.
You're still on a pre-medicine track, is that right?
Yes, I did switch my major, but I do want to be in a medical field of some sorts. I do want to I'm going into psychology with a minor in ASL, so I want to help people through their mental depression, anxiety, social anxiety, and stuff like that, but I want to help people who are deaf because there's a great need for people like that.
As I mentioned, Lamar, Colorado, what's the best thing about your hometown, or what do you tell people who ask about it?
I say the number one thing that I love is the sunsets and sunrises. It is more beautiful than I can even explain. There's blues, oranges, purples, any color you name it. There's at some point it's there. And it's just amazing watching it because it's all flat land. And then you see the sun popping up, and then you see all the trees, and it's just amazing for me. But I would say the second best thing is the food. I like food.
I'm sure some adjustment to Seward. But if we shift gears into a little bit more with cross country specifically, I know you were all conference last year. What was that like? The moment you realized that you had placed high enough for all conference honors?
It was amazing. I didn't think it was going to happen because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. In all honesty, I've never raced 8K in all conference or anything, or not all conference, but just in the conference race. I don't know. We started off slow, and that's how all the guys apparently do it, and that's not what I'm used to. I'm used to going out a little fast and then trying to keep that pace as long as possible. But after the first few K, I was still behind the pack, and I felt like I could give so much more. So I raced to the front of the pack and just took off from there. And I slid up a little bit, but they also sped up so much. So I was happy to get points for my team. In all honesty, it wasn't about me getting all conference at all. It was more about me helping the team out. I wish I could have done better, obviously, but I thought it was amazing to run for my team like that.
I'm sure one of the adjustments is longer races in college. How were you able to make that adjustment and do it pretty well last year?
I came in with a lot of spark in me because I was just so happy to be here, so excited and everything. I got to experience God a little bit, and that helped me just keep going and never stop, really, never give up on my team. And it was the bondage that I had with my team and my teammates that allowed me to go farther, go push harder than I've ever done before. Plus, I was running a little more mileage each week, which was helping me build up that sustenance to keep going just for longer distances, like the 8K and 10Ks.
Now, Concordia cross country in particular has had a pretty storied past of winning conference championships and getting to nationals. How important would that be, or what would that mean to you to help Concordia kind of reach that level again?
It would mean a lot to me, honestly. I would love to get out there. I think we have the team to do it this year. We came in with a lot of really good freshmen that I saw during the camp period that we were at. They have so much potential, and I'm so grateful that they're here. And we have our juniors right now, and they've been here for a while, and they're top dogs right now. They're leading us, they're helping us. They're going to be here for next year too, so we won't have to lose too many people, but it'll be amazing because we'll just build that bondage and just keep building on it every year. I think that'll be the main thing for us, is working as a team.
Well, you were the top runner, obviously, at conference, as we talked about. What's that competition like, pushing you for the top of the lineup right now?
It's a little difficult, honestly. I was never a leader back in high school or anything like that before, so it's really bizarre for me. It's different. I like it, but I'd also like my teammates to be up there with me, and I know they're supporting me, and I'm just trying to run my best so that I can get them up to conference and even to nationals if I can.
Well, I didn't have any other questions, but I feel like I have to ask you what that ring is about. You have one.
It's my high school ring that my grandma helped me get, and I have cross country on one side with my name, and then I have track on the other side, because those are very important things in my life.
All right.
Besides
cool.
Christ, obviously.
Right.